In week 2 of the college football season, the LC Cats hosted Weber International, a team that they beat a year ago in Florida. But on this day, the win did not come so easily. Coming off their 38-7 victory over Belhaven in week 1, the Wildcats were looking to keep their momentum going against Weber International. But from the opening drive, there were signs that the Wildcats would struggle. Junior quarterback Alonzo Bellamy is sacked, loses the handle on the ball, and Miles Waters recovers at the LC 35-yard line. But the LC defense will keep Weber from taking advantage. The Warriors' Anthony Warthall coming up just short on the 55-yard field goal. Later in the quarter, Bellamy with his second turnover of the game. The pass intercepted by Ronnie Hardison near midfield. Let's go. This time, the Warriors will convert. Warthall from 23 yards puts Weber International on the board, 3-0 after the first quarter. In the second quarter, Weber puts together its best drive of the game behind the scrambling quarterback Brandon Joseph. A 12-play drive that reaches the LC 7-yard line.
One great play is all we need. So step up, somebody's got to step up, handle your responsibility and nobody else's.
The Wildcats keep Weber out of the end zone, but Warthall's second field goal of the game, this one from 22 yards out, gives Weber a 6-0 lead. Meanwhile, the struggles continue for Bellamy, who played so well against Belhaven. This game, not so well. 8 of 16 for 47 yards and 2 interceptions. This by Mark Brooks. And Bellamy will find himself on the sidelines the rest of the game. On their final drive before the half, the Cats turn to freshman Easton Melanson and get an immediate spark. 2 straight completions to Kyle Gallion. And then a 10-yard pass to Jake Dunbar has LC at the Weber 42. It sets up Adon Olivares for a 49-yard field goal. It's a school record if he can make it. He does. And the Wildcats cutting Weber's lead at halftime to 6-3.
We just couldn't find a rhythm on offense. Defense was playing their hearts out, and offense, you just got to have a couple good plays, a couple good positive plays, and we just couldn't find that rhythm. But once we found it, we had to back our defense up. That we can't let them do it all by themselves.
Because we know there's going to be times where we need them, and they're going to come through for us, and it ends up balancing itself out in the long run. So we have full confidence in the offense.
D, I need you. I promise you we're going to score. I promise you that.
In the second half, the Wildcats continue to be plagued by penalties. Ryan Montague had a huge game at Weber last year. Finally breaks a big play in this game. A 44-yard run down to the Weber 35. But a penalty on the Wildcats. 1 of 12 on the day for LC, totaling 171 yards. Even so, the Wildcats will tie the game when Olivares hits his second field goal. This from 27 yards out. 6-6, the score with 10:23 left in the third quarter. With the Wildcats thin at receiver this game, one player who steps up big time is freshman Cedric Davis. Melanson finds Davis for 32 yards into Weber territory. Davis would lead the Cats with 99 yards on 5 catches for the game. The drive ends with Olivares' third field goal of the game. The 26-yarder gives LC its first lead at 9-6 with 4:59 left in the third quarter.
Hey, are they tired?
In the fourth quarter, the Wildcats miss a chance to solidify their lead when a 14-play, 76-yard drive ends with Montague fumbling the ball into the end zone. It's a touchback, and LC's lead remains at 9-6. Next possession for the Wildcats, another huge mistake when Melanson's pass is intercepted by Weber's Daniel Booth. He'll take it all the way, 65 yards on the return. And despite missing the extra point, the Warriors take the 12-9 lead before a stunned LC home crowd. The Wildcats respond with another long drive that takes them to the Weber 21. Looks like they'll tie it. but Olivares misses from 37 yards out this time. And Weber's lead remains 3 with 8:26 to play. The story of the game had to be the LC defense. They'll shut down Weber's next drive in 6 plays. The Warriors, with just 177 yards total offense in the game compared to LC's 468. More importantly, the defense gives the LC offense one final chance with 4:52 to play.
I kind of just sat around the huddle and told him that God was with us, and we had to keep believing in him. And he helped us out, and I know he was with us on that drive.
There's never any doubt. We were only down by 3, and our defense was stopping them the whole game. I knew we just needed that one drive to get into the end zone, and once we got down close up, I knew we were going to get it in.
Melanson has the Cats on the move. The completion to Davis for 16 yards has LC at the Weber 47. But it looks like the drive might end for the Wildcats when Melanson's pass to Dixon is incomplete, leaving 4th and 20 at the Weber 36. Following a timeout, the Wildcats need the first or the game is likely over. Melanson finding Cal Gallion needs 20 yards and gets 22 and keeps the drive alive. First down, LC at the Weber 14.
That was supposed to be a trick play that we've been working on. That's kind of notorious at LC. Didn't really work out like we planned, but they left us enough grass, and I was able to pick up the first down, so it worked out good for us.
For Montague, a relatively quiet game with only 58 yards on 15 carries. But the determination here puts the ball at the Weber 3 with under a minute to go. From there, Reggie Sims will punch it in for the Wildcats. Sims, Montague, and Percy Johnson helped the Wildcats combine for 191 yards rushing. More importantly, the Wildcats with a 16-12 lead. Weber gets it back one final time, but Joey Gyro with one of LC's 4 sacks in the game, and the Wildcats still won from Weber, 16-12, the final score.
I had a bunch of sacks come my way from Preston Tebow and Jeremiah. They was pushing the quarterback my way, so I want to give a shout out to them guys because they definitely gave me a lot of help.
It's the funnest team I've ever been around. It's probably the most confident team I've ever been with too, because I know that if I miss a tackle or something, there's going to be about 10 guys behind me ready to make the tackle. So it really works out, and everybody's really meshing well together.
Today I felt a lot more comfortable. Last week, I'm not going to lie, it was my first kind of experience. But this week I felt comfortable in the pocket.
Going into the season 2-0, especially since we got 2 home games out of the way, it's really going to help our confidence. I know Huntington's going to give us a good game. So just that confidence that we got getting the first 2 out of the way, once we get on the road, I think it's going to help us out a lot.
Reporting for Wildcats Media,
Family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
I'm Karylon Thornton.